Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Also stream it live on YouTube. Just go over to YouTube and search up Current Radio. We're right there. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every day at 2 o'clock, we go live. You can follow along. Tell all your friends, all your family, everybody about it, and help us get to 10,000 subscribers. That's right. We're on our way, you guys. You can also find us on social media. Just look up Current Radio, Facebook, Instagram, and X. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR. We have guests in studio. Lauren Marty. Did I say that right? Lauren Marty, right? Which she is the communications manager and marketing over at the Bakersfield Museum of Art. She brought by the new executive director and chief curator, Gilbert Vicario. Vicario.
Or Vicario.
Vicario. I was close. Thanks for coming in, guys. How's it going?
Great.
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm always excited when a new exhibit at the museum is beginning to start. When the fall exhibit is going to open up today. But before we talk about that, just for people that don't know about Bakersfield Museum of Art, what you guys do, what's your mission, what you guys want to get done in the community, tell us a little bit about BMOA.
BMOA is coming up on 70 years young in the community. We started out as a memorial to a local artist named Marion Cunningham.
Okay.
She was very prolific, made beautiful screen prints, created a lot of success for herself living up in San Francisco, and then died unexpectedly. Her family was here in Bakersfield and wanted to create a memorial to her, which started out as the Cunningham Art Gallery. Fast forward many years, the Bakersfield Art Foundation was formed in order to administer that gallery, and that gallery grew into the Bakersfield Museum of Art. We're at 1930 R Street. So if you know where Smitten is downtown, just a couple blocks north of that. Also, if you know Mexicali downtown.
Who doesn't know Mexicali downtown?
Yeah, if you're in Bakersfield, you know Mexicali, except for Gilbert.
Gilbert, we will take you.
Oh, yeah.
See?
There we go.
Even Gilbert's been there already.
Right, so he's local already. We'll give him that.
We could be related.
I love it. So yes, 2 blocks north of Mexicali. And as far as our mission is concerned, we hold the following really near and dear to our hearts. Art is for everyone. You don't need a special education. You don't need some sort of fancy degree. You just need to be in front of art. And being in front of art is enough in order to transform you. Whether you're 5 years old, whether you're 95, never set foot in a museum, or you've been studying art all of your life. Everyone can appreciate art. That is at the heart of our mission. Now, what do we actually do? We have a permanent collection. We have a permanent collection of California art from the 20th and 21st century. And we also feature exhibitions of work from visiting artists about 3 times a year.
Oh, nice.
And we have a couple of those premiering tonight for our members.
Yeah, you got a little member preview going on tonight with the fall exhibit opening up. And you're also going to be introducing everybody to the new executive director and curator, right?
Everyone's meeting the man of the hour this evening
for
our members. So we have our member preview starting. Some of our members will get to meet him at a special reception at 6 o'clock tonight, but we invite the general membership to come at 7 o'clock. Memberships start at just $35. So if you like what you're hearing, you want to learn more about the museum, you want to come tonight, you just can't wait. Memberships start at just $35.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
you can become a
price.
member at the door, come on in and see some really incredible work on display tonight, not just from our collection, but the 2 exhibiting artists who are visiting us this season as well.
Who are those artists visiting us?
Well, we have 2. The first is David Kimball Anderson. David Kimball Anderson has fond memories of traveling the Valley. He sources some of his material for his work here in Bakersfield, specifically steel. I forget the name of the company that he works with, but a lot of the materials in the sculptures that people will see come from Bakersfield vendors. He has fond memories of traveling up and down the valley, road trips with his family, seeing the sights, the sounds, the smells. So you're going to see signs, you're going to see objects, assemblage, found materials in the galleries that look like the valley from the 60s and 70s.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's almost like a love letter.
Like a living history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So that is in our Cunningham December gallery. That's our main gallery. And in the other gallery, we have another link to Bakersfield, Christopher Reyes, who's native here. I believe he's from the east side, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out. but living and working in Los Angeles. He explores themes that have to do with time and memory. When do logos, for example, think of a logo that you're really familiar with, like Life cereal, for
Right.
example, right? And you know what it
Or the
looks
JR one right
There you
behind
go,
us, the
that one
JR
right
Shell
there
logo.
with the
See that one?
handlebars.
Yeah.
You're right.
See,
Okay.
everybody knows that one.
Now, everyone who's anyone knows that. Now, think about what happens 60 years from now. Imagine that's a sign outside.
Oh,
What
yeah.
happens when it becomes
It gets
weathered?
old and it gets rusty a little bit, maybe
What
beat
hap-
up. Somebody
exactly.
probably shot it going down the highway.
Could be. I mean, we're not saying, but we're just saying. What happens though over time when it becomes weathered? What happens if you're only looking at a piece of it? And it kind of reminds you of something that you've seen, but not exactly.
Completely. Right.
Exactly. So what you remember has a specific amount of
Oh,
weight
it's drawing.
for you.
It's drawing from you now, not so much
Exactly.
you just looking at it from what it is. You're going, okay, I'm recalling this,
Mhm.
and it's bringing out your memories of it.
Exactly. And when does that symbol that you recognize become more than just that symbol? Because now you have brought your own experience to it, so it means something more.
Ah,
It's really
see, now I'm
fun.
ready to look at art. See,
Right?
Now I'm ready.
It doesn't take anything special. It takes interest, willingness, and time.
Yeah.
And everybody can have that.
Yeah, and it's nice to slow down a little bit and enjoy the arts.
It really is. We were just talking earlier today in our meeting. I've known Gilbert for all of what, 5 hours now? Maybe.
Oh, so you
4
just
or
met him
5
too. Not only are we just
literally
meeting him,
today.
but you just met Gilbert today as well.
100%. Yes. And in our
Wow.
meeting, we were talking about how just the act of being in front of art, being in a museum space, can change you.
Yeah.
Whether you're a child, whether you're an adult, you've never been in a museum environment, there is something that just lowers
Everything,
lowers
just
the
calming,
pressure,
just
calms
relaxed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And who couldn't use a breather like that?
Oh, we all could right now. We
Amen.
all could right now.
Yeah.
But not only the fall exhibits, like we said, everybody is getting to meet the new chief curator and
Yeah.
executive director. You have an extensive history, sir. You've come from many, many places. I could sit here and go, the Institute of Contemporary Art, Boston. You've been in Philadelphia Museum of Art, the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston, the Phoenix Art Museum. Where haven't you been? And what can we expect? Bakersfield.
Right.
Well, you've been to Mexicali apparently already.
Right.
We got to get you over to Luigi still,
Yes.
and there's one other spot we got to get you over to. Then you'll be settled in. But what are you bringing to with all that experience you've had?
So first I want to say I was born and raised in San Diego.
Okay,
California.
Californian.
First generation Mexican American, and my dad threw me in a museum when I was a kid, and I think it was because he had passes. He worked for the gas company in San Diego. So to your point, Lauren, all you got to do is just put somebody in front just let them show up. And so something obviously stuck. I thought I wanted to become an artist. Turned out I wasn't such a great artist, but I was a really good museum goer. And at the time, I didn't even know what a curator did, and that I could actually become one. And so I basically have spent my career as a curator, working in many museums across the country, and basically organizing exhibitions, acquiring work for the various collections that museum collections that I've worked for. And it has really taught me, it's given me sort of a broad look into art and culture across this country. And so I'm very excited to come to Bakersfield because in a way it's coming home, even though I've never lived here. It's like you're coming back to some place you've never, but I feel it in my bones. Like this is home.
You mentioned earlier that Bakersfield reminds you of growing up in San Diego.
Very much so. I mean, it's the landscape, it's the palm trees, it's the mountains, it's all of that. And to be able to work in an institution, to me, I got so excited when I heard about this position. And knowing the cultural demographic, knowing the proximity to Los Angeles, and what an incredible resource that is. But not everybody can go to LA. Not everybody has the time or energy to drive to LA. And it's my belief that every community deserves to have an institution like Bakersfield Museum of Art. So I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled to be able to to shape it for the future and for future generations.
Well, we're happy to have you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no, thanks for bringing all your experience and expertise. You guys do a lot with the youth and education. My daughter has taken summer classes
Has she?
previously. She's 8 years old.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and she's gone through some of the summer camps that you guys do over the time and stuff like that, where the kids get to go in and do all kinds of stuff. I've been in the museum a couple of times. Talk to me about some of those things that you guys do.
So you mentioned summer camp.
Yeah.
Summer camp is anyone on staff would tell you that that's our favorite time of year. There's nothing like seeing little kids trampling through the museum, gawking at something they've never seen before and wondering, hey, I could do that. Or what if I do that? There is something magical about the process of watching a child make, watching a child create.
Yeah.
My own child, I have an 8-year-old at home who loves to make experiments in the sink with slime and water and all. Not my favorite. I'd rather we did.
Sounds like my daughter.
Right? There's something about that age. But when the kids get together in the classrooms, and we put a lot of care and thought into the environment and the vibe that we want them to walk into. In fact, we've recently renovated our classrooms. Things are nice and calm. They're more organized. They are vibrant. It's a beautiful place for a child to just come in and make it what they want it to be. So our summer classes happen usually the Monday after school gets out. We have week-long sessions for teens, for school-age kids, and we even have sessions for the little ones. And then at the end of summer camp, they have their very own exhibit. Did you go to your daughter's this year?
We did go. Well, it was, I don't think we went this summer, but we went last summer. Yeah.
It's so fun. You see, hundreds of kids in there with their parents going, look, mommy,
This
my
is
work
what I
is in a
made.
museum.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Snacks and art projects for them. It's super cute. So there is summer art camp. We do the same thing during spring break, some spring break workshops, nothing like art making and the beautiful outdoors. We get the kids outside while they're creating as much as we can.
Yeah.
And we have a special program that we started with the Bakersfield City School District coming up on 10 years ago called Art Reach, where we have art educators who go into 5th grade classrooms throughout the district and provide visual arts education for them. And at the end of that program, they have their work on display in the museum. And again, it's the same vibe. A whole bunch of 9 and 10-year-olds that you would think, oh, well, I'm cool. I don't want to show anything off to my parents. But mom, look, I've got art hanging in the museum. Exactly. And I've literally got chills thinking about it. It's a wonderful experience.
And you're inspiring the next generation of artists.
That's right. And kids from communities who wouldn't necessarily think that art has anything to do with them.
Well, and there's plenty of studies that show how beneficial art is to kids, whether it's in education and just the mathematics and science, and how it reaches further into just somebody painting or something or creating something, and those benefits that kids get from it.
That's right. The process of creating itself provides lessons in problem solving, math even.
Yeah.
We often appear on the Do the Math program with the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, showing people the connections between art and mathematics. I mean, try hanging something in a gallery without math.
You should know all about that, right? Creating.
I'm pretty good.
And eyeballing it.
You can eyeball it, but then you need your calculation to make sure that everything works out. So yeah, there are lots of intersections in everyday life between art and math, for example, that you wouldn't necessarily consider, but all you have to do is be open to that experience. And it takes one person showing a child what that might look like. And for all you know, you have just changed the course of their self-image, their own experience of what my life might look like. Maybe
and compassion for other people. That was what I was trying to tell you earlier. That I really, children who are exposed to art tend to be more compassionate and tend to be able to understand people that are not like them. And how great is that?
Realizing that everyone can make something, and what you make is going to look different from what I make, but is no less important or valued or perfect, is an important lesson for everyone to know.
Oh yeah, different perspectives. I mean, we could be looking at the same thing and completely fabricate it and draw it in a different way and see it the way that somebody else doesn't see it.
And you really see that in stark relief when these kids have their exhibits at the museum, because the lesson is the same. The
Right.
lesson could be, here's a lesson about using negative space versus positive space. And you got 50 kids learning the same lesson and 50 completely different understandings of that lesson, 50 completely different iterations of what that lesson meant to them. None of them are no less valid than the other, and they're all really special to see.
Right. With your experience here, what do you hope to bring into the museum?
I just hope, well, I hope to bring in more audiences. I hope to make it a place that everyone feels welcome and that everybody can feel that they benefit from going to Bakersfield Museum of Art. Obviously, with my extensive, broad range of experiences, it's always about elevating the quality of art that we can present to this audience. And to me, that is the most exciting thing, to be able to present that, bring the world. I actually coined this when I was in Des Moines, because I was so terrified of living in Des Moines and never leaving, and feeling that it was like the smallest city I've ever lived in.
Wow.
So then I started this phrase, bring the world to Des Moines, which basically meant through your exhibitions, you can actually connect somebody to the rest of the world through the sort of art that you present. So bringing the world to Bakersfield functions in the same way. And it's really getting this community to, giving them the opportunity to be on dialogue with the rest of the world, with what's happening out there. It's so important to feeling that you're connected to everything. And that is something that I'm really interested in doing.
And we're excited to see it. We are excited to see it. And people can get a preview of that tonight, right? Tell them
That's
how,
right.
if they want to be able to join.
You want to join us, you show up at the museum. Doors open at 6 o'clock for our preview circle members and at 7 o'clock for our general members. If you're not already a member, you can become one at the door. Memberships start at $35 for seniors and students. And you can do that either in person or online at bmoa.org.
And some of the benefits of being a member, you get the preview circle, you get the early
It's all about access,
early
sir.
access
It's
to the
all
fall
access.
exhibits. And,
That's right.
and you also get discounted prices on tickets and stuff like that. And when you're doing the summer camps and
That's
stuff,
right.
you'll get it at a cheaper cost.
You should be my second in command. You're making this really easy. I'll just look at you,
that's
and
my
then
job.
You can say my things.
That's what I do. That's what I do. Plus, like I said, we've participated in stuff before, and so I know how it runs there. I want to thank you guys both for stopping by. Look forward, Gilbert, to seeing what you bring to this museum. It's already a great place, and I can only imagine under your curator and leadership, it's only going to get better.
Thank you so much.
And Lauren, you're such great work over there. Keep up the good work. And if you ever need anything, you are more than welcome to stop by.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Go ahead. You guys want to get out there tonight, the Bakersfield Museum of Art? If not, just go call in, look it up, BMOA.org.
Yep.
Go to the website. You can get all the information there as well, how to become a member and how you can go and check out the new fall exhibit opening up tonight for the preview, and then it'll be ready for the rest of you guys.
That's right.
But go in there and get a membership. All right, got to take a break. Come back on the other side. Take some of your phone calls, questions, and comments. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.